Hello, hello! I even spoiled myself. It looks like a new patch just came out. And this is exciting news because it's been aquatic hell for 1 month now, and it looks like maybe today this domination is ending. So the only thing that I've seen, sorry, the only thing that I have seen is actually the new Pokemons. So we have Sableye, Dark Ghost probably. Super good. Love Dark. If it's a turn 10 Pokemon, I'm so happy. Pheromosa, more fighting mon probably for like turn 20, which will give some other picks that just Marshadow for fighting users, which means that no, you should not be able to get the Marshadow every single time if you wish, which is perfect, good for balance. Dragovish, I do not know where this one will land, but probably I'd say unique. Corsola and Gara Corsola and Cursola seems like a new full family. So is that ghost only once it's fully evolved? Probably the case, right? Gimme Ghoul, Golden Go. I think this was created for a unique pick where you need to econ in order to evolve it, which is super interesting. And then Phantom and Trevenant, more ghosts. So Ghost Synergy, the Ghost Synergy is probably being one of the main focuses on this patch. It's being probably fully reworked. I think it went through. And you will have to pay attention to Ghosts because it's probably being one of the synergy that could very well dominate if it is well balanced. And if it is badly balanced, it will of course either be super bad or being completely broken. But we should at least see ghosts. We should see them. And this is one of my favorite typings in the game, so I'm glad this synergy is actually shining today. I will be one of the players trying this synergy out. So, Ice Sprites for Vanillux and Dragapult. It's time. It's time we do not have these this awkward spriteless Pokemon in the main pool. And that's perfect because Vanillux actually I have it a lot in my artificial games, and it's always frustrating to not have sprites. So now this is a problem that isn't a problem anymore, which we are glad about. And Dragapult, yeah, Dragapult is quite the same, and the fact that if you get a Phantom Peck, it will eventually every single time evolve into a Dragapult that before had no sprites was awkward too. Great news. Nerf attack duration. Nerf attract duration for 2.5 to 1 second. Thank you. Thank you. I believe attract is like the the crowd control from fairies, right? Well, better balance with 1 second than 2.5. And if that's not, well, less CC, I'm always happy. I do not like CC very much. Nerf loaded line. It's high time. So less HP should be easier to kill, and less def and SPDF. So a lot easier to kill actually, be it with an ability or with auto attacks. Comfy. So Comfy has been this weird unit that fuses with one of your Pokemon until it dies, and the design was super cool, but it looks like the unit itself was underwhelming. So they are buffing its stats, which means that once it come out of the Pokemon it was equipped to, it actually can do a little better than before, I expect. Tandemaus is now tier 2, Mousehold 4 is new tier 4. Added several tiers of damage for a population bomb, so I didn't even know Tandemaus was a thing, because I pretty much never play normal, because I do not like the blunt shield, that doesn't fit my style. Buff Mousehold! Never seen Mousehold actually. Never seen even once, but now it has more HP. It has more attack. So yeah, why not? We do not see Mousehold ever, but now at least it's buffed. If you do not even know who is Mousehold, it's that mouse from Gen 9. Like, you know, one mouse evolved into two mouse and sometimes three and four mouses or something like this. So not the most exciting Pokemon ever, but it seems like people kind of like the design, so it's in the game. Why not? I don't really care about normal comps though. Nerf Hitmontop, less attack and more PP. Didn't know Hitmontop was that much of a problem. Probably because fighting may be reworked or buff, and this is for compensation. I don't know. I do not have stats. But Hitmonlee is buffed though. Hitmonlee, I'm fine with Hitmonlee being buffed. Hitmonchan was more of a problem. So more attack, which on a melee unit isn't really that big of a deal because it will be dying anyway. So yeah, probably good for Hitmonlee, but not game breaking, likely. Let's hope, at least. That's basically plus 20% attack compared to before, so it could do some things. But yeah, it's melee, so anyway, buff Hoopa, more HP, as long as Hoopa has its focus on it's a kind of bug and it stops attacking for some weird reasons, Hoopa will still be awkward. Tropius, solid grass synergy. Oh, great idea. Actually, Tropius was always a terrible pick because if you wish to make Tropius a grass type, which it should be, you needed a stone, which made no sense. So grass wasn't that much of a problem, which means that Tropius can be grass without being game breaking probably. Adjusted passive at the start of each fight, add a random berry to Pokemon items. If full, berry is added to player items instead. So we can actually benefit from Tropius' passive, even if we actually stuff it, which is a big buff for Tropius, because before you couldn't fully utilize Tropius as a carry, otherwise it will basically lose its passive, which was generating berry in its stuff and only its stuff. So now you can utilize the passive even if you stuff it, which means that you can actually stuff through your Tropius, and most of the time you want to stuff your unique because it's a good pick that's completely evolved, which means that it's your power spike. When your other units aren't currently fully evolved, so you do not want to invest too much on them because you do not know if you will be able to evolve them soon. Your unique is a good basis of improvement to your team if you want to stuff something that's strong. And Tropius, you couldn't stuff it, which was actually the same reason as why Absol is awkward in Dark, in my opinion. Because Absol needs to steal items, so if you equip it items, it basically loses some of its spell. Monkey! Buff Monkey. Good, you never see Monkey. Buff Primate. Good, you never see Primate. So these two units, maybe when they are in the game it will matter now, because before it definitely didn't. Nerf Xurkitree! It's time. It's time for Xurkitree to just be balanced. Which is best thing ever because Artificial was dominating way too much when it was actually in its best form. So now when Artificial is in its best form, maybe will be just okay strong, which means a balanced strong. Nerf Charge Beam, less damage, no longer increases AP per missed target. Okay, I didn't even know this was a thing. The unit didn't even need that to be dominating. So it would be good if, in exchange for losing their most powerful Pokemon, Artificial was actually easier to play instead. Because before, Artificial was a composition that wasn't that easy to build, but when you could build it in its fullest potential, it beat everything else in the game. So it was high risk, high reward. So now, if it's only high risk, normal reward, there will be better things to play. But Xurkitree was so strong that maybe even with this nerf, it's still one of the best Pokemon in the game. We'll have to see. Nerf Iron Bundle, Speed F from 4 to 2. Okay, so another artificial nerf. Getting easier to kill the unique from artificial, which could mean a big deal or could not. Nerfing the defensive stats of a melee unit is always affecting it quite a bit. So we'll have to see. Anyway, it's an ice type, so it will gain special defense with its ice type, and it doesn't really need to have this much of base PDF because it will be high anyway. Nerf Aurora Beam damage, little less damage. So this is also targeted at Iron Bundle. So it's actually Artificial Ice is getting destroyed. These three changes actually destroy Artificial Ice because Iron Bundle is the core around which you would build a team, and even with Iron Bundle in the mid game the team was already kinda awkward and the only thing that mattered was your late game spike. So now your core for mid game is actually nerfed and your power spike is also nerfed, which means you are actually weaker at every single point during the game. So it's a full on destruction of Artificial Ice, I'd say. Buff Kartana. Good, Kartana was buffed last patch and it went from awful bad to less awful bad but still very very bad. So now maybe with this buff it's only super bad. And maybe next patch it can be just slightly bad. And then, the thing with Kartana is that you expect it to be a carry in the grass comp for the late game, and grass isn't really designed for a melee carry. You have a big bad frontline that regens, and you want to have a distance carry. Ranged, with 3 range if you can. So I do not think that Kartana will ever be better than Shamin, for example. Shamin is way too ideal. So having Kartana in the game only nerfs your chances to get the Shamin. And the stuff that Kartana needs to be actually a carry is so specific that if you do not know that you will actually have Kartana or not, usually you haven't built it before. Or if you build it, most of the time you've given it to your unique, which means that if you want to give it to the Kartana, you have to sell your unique, which isn't ideal. So Kartana is in an awkward spot. The same as I'd say the Mimikry spot. The stuff that Mimikry needs is so unique and so bizarre, then you basically never ever build it. And Kartana is in the same spot. These units are useless, in my opinion at least. I may be proven wrong by people that see the game differently than I, but don't think Kartana will be a great pick. Nerf Altaria Hyper Voice by not a lot. Altair was super dominating. Maybe I would have seen it be nerfed slightly more. But whatever. It's not like sound dominating this much. Dragon though. Dragon was uber broken, right? Or uber broken. Compared to what other things that were in the game. It wasn't that strong, but it was competing with things that were well known for being absurd. So I can safely say that Dragon was at least kinda absurd, and Altaria was a big part of it. So I would have expected Altaria to get nerfed a bit more. Disarming Voice. Okay, well, Disarming Voice actually gives less PP, is that? What was Disarming Voice doing? I do not even know what Disarming Voice is. Is that this ability that generates PP? Or is that an ability that... No, it makes no sense. It must be the ability of Flabébé that gives you PP, right? It must be this one. So only nerfing the tier 3? Okay. Okay, we'll see. Nerf Chime Show. This was due to happen. Chime Show was actually breaking sound when it was in the good setup. And the only reason why Chime Show wasn't dominating last patch is because the two strongest compositions in the game were actually the compositions that specifically counter sound. So now that these compositions are supposedly nerfed, Chime Show may actually shine again. Nerf Regieleki, 80 to 90 PP. Regieleki can actually one-shot a team by itself. So having it nerfed makes sense. But you will only get one-shotted slightly later, so does it really matter? Is that a really big difference? Only some PP increase? I raise my doubts about this one. We'll have to see, but I think Regieleki will pretty much remain the same. Don't think this matters at all. Stoutland, Retaliate ability, getting buffed. Okay, why not? That's just a buff on a common unit that nobody really cares about. So yeah, not like normal will be any more exciting than what it was before. It's just a bland shield. You do not like Stoutland for being normal because normal sucks. You do not like Stoutland for being feel because feel is a comp designed for heinous people that want to ruin your day. So I won't be playing Stoutland, and this buff can only mean that some people maybe have an easier time against me, so able to build it. I don't think it's strong anyway. Duck Stoutland. Aurora Veil, Alon Vulpix. What the hell is this nerf? From 3 to 0.5 seconds? What? What is this nerf? 0.5! That's a destruction! You didn't even see Alon Vulpix! Why is it getting destroyed? Actually, maybe Rune Protect is reworked, and this is why this is happening? What? What is this? What are these numbers? Why is Alon Vulpix getting destroyed? Is it only for ice? I don't understand this one. This one actually surprises me. Okay, whatever, no more Alon Vulpix. If you were already not using it, do not start using it this patch. New ability for Celebi, time travel. Go back in time to retrieve the lost health. All allies have their negative status cleared and are healed by 20 HP, scales with AP. The player also heals 1 HP. Okay, so Celebi is healing a team that is already healing by itself. Maybe it makes Celebi kinda good in Psychic, but in Grass? Actually, 20 HP on the whole team always matter, right? Because by this time, you pretty much have 8 units, which means that if every single of your unit is actually weakened, which may happen in Grass type, you know, with all the AoE, you can pretty much regen like easily between 80 to 100 HP with the spell. Maybe it's kinda weak for a legendary. We'll have to see. Maybe 30 HP wouldn't have been too bad. Nerf Drizzle. Good. Nerf Breloom. Buff Breloom! Sorry. Buff Breloom. Nice. Breloom was pretty much never played. So maybe with all these grass slight buffs, Fighting Grass can actually come back, but if you really want Fighting Grass to come back, you probably need to buff their unique. And I didn't see. Oh, Virizion is getting buffed just below, so we'll have to see. Buff Maractus from 3 to 4 attack, 15 to 60. Oh no, sorry. Buffs of its speed F, buff of its attack, and a little less PP. So this is a big buff for Maractus. Everything is being buffed. You will see me play Grass. I gotta say, you will see me play Grass this patch. I'm playing Grass definitely, and probably even tonight. Retaliate ability from Stoutland. We've seen this one before. This is something that I've already seen. Yeah, just it's 8 lines above. Buff Stoutland Retaliate. So yeah, double buff for Stoutland. So it's double and exciting. Yoo-hoo! Seedot! Another buff for the Seedot line that is never played because there is always better option both in dark and in grass. So now more attack and more spell. It's only a common. You do not need Seedot to be that strong. Yeah, you build it in the early game and then you switch from it and you take a better unit. That's just how common should be. So yeah, Seedot getting buffed. I still won't be using Seedot. Sorry, not sorry, but maybe in dark, if you can get a lot of dark additional, but there are so many dark additionals that Seedot it doesn't even have its spot in this comp. So yeah, why not? But probably useless. Buff Virizion, less PP and more damage on Sacred Sword. Don't think it breaks the unit. The unit was broken in the past when Grass as the synergy was uber strong. Know that grass is pretty much balanced. I don't think that buffing Virizion is that dangerous, but maybe fighting grass will be terrible to face this patch with all the buffs. Anyway, I used to hate grass, now I kinda like grass, so it's a lot more interesting to play with the berries that are its main strengths, rather than only the HP regen. That was bland and boring. Hariyama, more HP. So a lot of fighting units are buffed, which means that maybe nerfing Hitmontop made sense because it may have been quite over the top. Buff Spinda, never seen Spinda. That's another normal buff. I don't care about normal, the synergy is boring, so I won't be playing that. New ability from Regigas, Crush Grip. The target is crushed with great force. The more HP the target has left, the greater the damage. Between 20 and 200 physical damage. If Regigas becomes strong, it will help the monster comps rather than the normal comps, pretty much. Like, the thing with monster comps right now is that there are a lot of good legendaries, and if they get Regigas, they were screwed because the unit wasn't fitting in the comp. So if Regigas actually becomes good with this ability, it's a monster buff. Monster wasn't that much of a problem, so I'm not against monster getting buffed. Axu, new Axu line attack. New Axu line attack. Okay, so that's just a nerf. Yeah, okay. So a lot less attack for the Axu line, which was actually in the game one of the lines with a very big attack, so it made sense that the attack was this high. But the unit ended up being broken and carrying a lot of dragon comps when you could get the egg. So I'm kinda glad this unique is being nerfed because I expect dragon to be super strong, but you know last patch I expected bug to be super strong with the buffs and you pretty much didn't see bug at all. Maybe it's coming back this patch, we'll have to see. Charge from Zapdos is getting buffed. Zapdos was never used, so maybe now you will see it somewhat in electric comms that still don't exist. Stealth Rocks from Regirock increase range to 2. Don't even know what this means. We'll have to see in the game. I expect it to be a considerate buff because Rock Synergy is actually super weak right now. And you do not pick Regirock for being a human because human is always a side synergy. So this is probably meant to help Rock. Probably, I'd say. So to have it be better than some of the other rocks, you probably need to have this chance be super good. Artificial rework. So it's time. Artificial actually completely changes. No give unique artificial items randomized at every game. See item section. So now, the more artificial you have, the more items you get. And these items, you do not even need to use them on the artificial units, right? So it's now designed not to be a vertical carry synergy, but to be rather a supportive synergy that will be here to help the carry, whatever it is. So we'll see how it works, if it goes good or not. A lot of items actually mean a lot most of the time. If in the early game you can activate artif 6 and get, I expect, 3 items, in the rounds between turn 10 and 20, plus 3 items will be a really big deal. So hopefully this is exciting. I like this design actually. These synergies that give you items, actually they are interesting to play. Nerf Aquatic! Okay, you do not know from what it's been nerfed. The old numbers aren't shown. I expect it to be hopefully pretty big because Aquatic was absurd. I would like Aquatic to be like unplayable for a full patch and never to see it again before Not never, but if we can have one or two patches without a single aquatic comp being viable, I wouldn't be mad at it because I'm kind of fed up with aquatic, to be honest. Nerf from for ice. Yeah, ice was so weak before that the numbers we gave ice were super big, which ended up with ice being super strong. Now it's less strong. Artificial ice is dead. With that, artificial ice is probably just dead forever. It's been completely destroyed. At baby 7 golden eggs, eggs can be sold for 10 golds. Okay? The thing is, like, baby 7 you still need not to evolve your units, which means that getting these 10 golds, actually you sacrifice way too much. I don't think this will be playable. We'll have to see, but I don't think this will be playable. Light adjustment. Shining Ray increases AP and attack by 30%. Okay. So this is a way better Light 2 than before. Really a strong boost. Light Pulse also gives 10 TP per second with Light 3. Eternal Light also gives 30% attack speed and Rune Protect for 10 seconds. Okay, Light is becoming really better. And also give 100 Shield and Resurrection. So I think this didn't change. So before, the Rune Protect was actually for Light 2, and sometimes Light 2 meant literally nothing because it was in the backline for a carry that didn't need the Rune Protect for the early fight. So activating Light 2 was sometimes completely useless. Now, Light 2 will always be useful. You will never have 30% more attack and AP be useless. Never. It'll always be somewhat useful. Good change. Really good change. Add ground 8, remove ground effect cap, change sandstorm threshold to 8 units. This buff right here could be meta defining. This buff right here could be what creates the next absurd comp. We'll have to see, but I expect the ground 8 to probably be somewhere at the top. It's been a while without seeing ground do something, so at least it will change the sites. I'd say I'm kind of worried, but at least somewhat excited, so yeah. Pay attention to ground. Psy 6. Eerie Spell also gives the same chance to find unknown in shop as Psy 4 Ice Screen. Okay, so now you get the unknown for sure after your round, and you can also roll some other unknowns. I will say it right now. This is a nerf. This is a psychic nerf. And you know why? Because before, you could have Psychic 6 activated, and then choose between removing one of your Psychic units from your board while rolling, and try to get unknowns, or keeping the Psychic 6, and roll without a single unknown being proposed to you, which meant that you have better chance to roll for your tier 3 units. And now you can't. Now the unknowns, now the unknowns will always spawn, which means that you always have less chance to evolve your units. Every single time. So this is a nerf. Straight nerf. For comfort. For some people that didn't really understand that actually having Psychic 6 not giving unknowns was good. It was a good thing. It was good design. This right here is a nerf, and it's what I would consider logic design, but bad design anyway. So I do not like this change. Or actually, I think it's a bad change, but I like it because I do not like Psychic because it's way too gimmicky. And I do not like the gimmicky thing being strong. So if the gimmicky thing get nerfed, fine by me. Do not want to see Psychic perform. Buff normal, more shield. I don't like it. I hate normal. Normal sucks. Normal is boring. At least the normal 9 isn't buffed. Let's take the little good things. No ghost rework though. I expected the ghost rework to come for this patch, and actually it doesn't. Okay, so maybe it's next patch. We'll have to see. Okay, so the new items: Electrizer, more attack speed, every attack received inflicts paralysis for cast second to both the attacker and the holder. What? To the holder? Why would the holder be paralyzed? What? That sucks. Magma Riser plus 8 attack. Every successful attack increases attack by 1 and inflicts burn for 4 seconds. To the enemy, I guess. Right? To the enemy, not to the user. Magma Riser already seems to be way better than Electrizer then. XP share gets the best value of attack, defense, and special defense from adjacent allies in the same row. What? What the hell is this thing? This is broken! Holy crap, this is broken! Come on, this means... Wait a minute. No, this is way too good. This is way too good. XP share is completely broken. By itself? It gives all of this? Holy crap, this is best item in the game. This is the best item in the game. You can have a monster unit full buffed and you double it up? What? Like, you can put a melee unit that naturally have super high stats in your backline next to a ranged unit that shouldn't have these stats because it's ranged and give it to them. How broken is that? What the hell is this thing? Okay, artificial is probably not getting weak at all. If you can get the XP chair, holy crap. Holy crap, people. Okay, what's next? Macho Brace plus 15 attack, minus 25% attack speed, gives fighting synergy. Gives fighting synergy? Minus 25% attack speed plus 15 attack. So, if you have actually already like 30 attack, you buff your attack by 50% and then lose 25% attack speed. Okay, most of the time this should be a buff. Do not play this item with fire units though. Do not combine Macho Brace and Magma Riser ever. If you get both of the items, do not give it to the same unit. They actually do not want to be played together. But maybe you can give the Macho Brace to the Electrizer holder instead. Maybe. Because it will be paralyzed anyway, so... Actually, do not give the Electrizer at all. The Electrizer is probably trash, but okay. Light Ball gives light synergy plus 75% AP. This is actually great. Because, you know, if you have only one light unit and then a light ball, you get plus 75% AP and then plus 30% AP with the light 2 synergy. Could be a really strong item. And by itself, it's already better than the choice specs that gives 100% AP. If you activate the light synergy with it, it's already better than the choice specs. Toxic Orb, plus 100% attack, so this is the same as Flame Orb, gives poison synergy, holder is poisoned for the whole fight. This is way worse than Flame Orb. Because being poisoned means that you can't regen, contrary to Flame Orb. So this is actually just a bad item. Need to be combined with the Fluffy Tail or else it's uber trash. Actually, no, it's not uber trash. Like, I was playing Flame Orb before. So, well, in hyper carry comms that want to destroy the fight in less than 10 seconds, maybe the Toxic Orb is viable? I think it's just a worse version of Flame Orb. I'll say it right now, I think it's a worse version of Flame Orb. Metronome gives sound synergy. Every second the holder gains 5 PP. Every second, so this increases the passive gain of PP. And gives you sound. Okay. Interesting. I don't think there's a sound artificial unit, is there? Maybe there is and I can't remember. I don't think that's a thing. So linking sound to artificial is actually kinda awkward. We'll see what can be done with Metronome. I don't think it's one of the better upgrades. Metal Coat gives steel synergy, reduces income damage by 20%. Metal Coat is actually a big deal because artificial is linked a lot to steel. So this item right here is actually really good. That's a really good item. You pretty much always want to take it when you can, I think. Really, really useful. But the best is probably still the Magma Riser. Oh, no, the best is the XP share by far. And then I'd say is Magma Riser and Metal Coat. Swift Wing gives flying synergy, gain 10% chance to dodge attacks. Useless. This sucks. Swift Wings actually really sucks. Heartstone plus 100% shield gives rock synergy. Okay. Actually giving rock and shield is a big deal. Heartstone is a good item. Swiftwing sucks, but Heartstone is actually pretty good. If you get rock 6 and artif 2, good item. You do not link easily rock and artif, but if you can, with the additionals, then it's a good item. I'd say it's a good item. Big Nugget gives ground synergy. The holder is alive after 15 seconds and gets 5 stacks of ground synergy. Effect gains 3 gold. Okay. Gold generating item? Okay, so you need to have the ground synergy activated, but it could always be like ground 2. And there's one unit, Boltoy. If you get Boltoy plus 1 big nugget, you can have ground 2 for free without any investment and just get plus 3 gold pretty much every single fight because artificial actually takes long fights. Really good. Not reinforcing you. Actually, I don't know if it's all that good. You know, it's probably like in the same spot as the amulet coin. In theory, pretty good. In practice, you lose a lot of power compared to what you could have had. So maybe to be taken carefully. It gives ground, so at least it gives some kind of strength. So if it makes the difference between ground 3 and ground 4 or ground 7 and ground 8, why the hell not? Why the hell not? Probably to be played with Boltoy when Boltoy is available. Incense gives Flora synergy. Every attack received has a 10% chance to make the attacker charmed for 2 seconds. Okay. Is this really useful with Flora? Is there a grass artificial unit? I don't think there is. I don't know if the instance will ever be played. I think this is probably one of the bad items. So do not play Incense, do not play Swiftwings. Probably do not play Metronome this much. Toxic Orb is worse than Flame Orb most of the time. And Electrizer is kinda awkward. However, XP Chair is probably broken. Magmarizer is strong. Light Ball is strong too. And I'd say Heartstone is probably strong and Big Nuggets is really game dependent. That's my take on the new items. Bugfix. Asks quickly on Dynamic Synergy should now also work in Bot Builder. Okay, that's for bot users, I don't care. Fix Munchlax sometimes not carrying over its HP stack to Snorlax. Okay, good. Good that is fixed. Units now retarget correctly to the Charmer after being charmed. Okay, that wasn't a thing. Right. Prevent some ability animation to loop. Nice. Fix prismatic laser animation position. Ultra Necrozma and Cherry Sonite now correctly transform back when the light synergy is lost. Okay. However, the nerf of the targeting for auto attackers isn't there. It must not be easy to fix. probably. I hope it will be fixed soon. Misk, new status, curse, KOs the unit at the end of the time limits. This was actually designed for ghosts. It's just ghost not in the patch. Matchmaking now also takes into account how long you fighted an opponent in addition to how many times you fighted him. That means there are less chances to find the same opponent twice in a row, but the matchmaking is more predictable than before. Good. This has been discussed recently. Good. Better design matchmaking during the game is actually a great thing, because before, at turn 10 to 11, you could fight really often the same opponent twice in a row, and sometimes it was the same awful comp that you fought twice in a row that either destroyed you completely because you were countered and your game was ruined, or you just faced the AFK twice in a row and it made your game skyrocket. Glad this is likely over soon. Improves targeting by adding a second targeting algorithm for target at range, more performant and precise than the previous one. Okay, so this was not bugfix, and this has been improved. So, good one. This is actually a really good one. Reduce lag when switching between moving state and a tactic state. Perfect. Exactly what I was talking about. Minimum attack stat value is now 1 instead of 0. Okay, that's just a code thing probably. Self-damage is no longer counted in DPS report. For example, Flame Orb. Good. The self-damage should never have been included. Increased duration of stage 10 and 20 peak from phase from 40 to 45 seconds will probably help a lot the beginners, which is a great thing for the game. We need beginners. Change shop rarities percentage per level. Uncommon are more common at level 5-6. Good, you can actually play uncommon units now. Commons are less common at level 6 to 9. Perfect. Good design. I like it. Another ranked lobby opens when the previous one is full. Nice. I don't know if we will be ever able to have 2 ranked lobbies full, but maybe at the biggest times of the day that will be a thing. We'll have to see. Add a random additional retention delay for bots on carousels between 1 and 6 seconds. Okay, but for bots I don't care. Good thing. I know what it is. Very good thing for bot players. I don't care personally, but it's a good change. I can admit that it's a good change. Really, really good. New title, Glutton. Get a Snorlax with more than 750 HP. So we will see title hunters try and play normal comps. Okay. Fine by me. I'm not all that much of a title hunter anyway. Shiny Mewtwo at 115 will give an artificial item. Oh, this is interesting. Increases chances to get a shiny wild Pokemon on PvE stages. So, actually interesting, but probably unbalanced, because some of the items are really awful. So, if you get an XP chair and your opponent gets like the incense, yeah, they fucked. you win. GG. I think this is unbalanced. Interesting but unbalanced. Increases chance to get shiny wild Pokemon on PvE stages. What? Okay. So more of these state of games where the items are better. Okay. So shiny Mewtwo giving artificial is good once the artificial items are balanced. Before it's balanced, it's probably not that good. But exciting things, anyway, for the future. Light Cell is now on a fixed position for bots indicated in bot builders, okay? Fixed shop evolution not being highlighted during fights and carousel rounds. Fixed shop evolutions not being highlighted during fights and carousel rounds? Oh, okay. I didn't even notice this was a thing. Fine. Fix Comfy, applying twice the on-cast effect and the skill animation for its order. Didn't play Comfy, so I didn't know it was a thing. Fix Magic Bounce, proccing even when the opponent ability deals no damage. Okay. And then the theme of the update. Okay, a lot of exciting things. I would have expected the ghost rework to be there. It would only make sense because there's the new curse status, and I think curse was included in ghost, but curse is probably for, where is it, the new units. Curse is probably for the Cursula line, I'd say. Cursula probably curses you. This is probably this, right? I think it's for this line. If it's not for the ghost rework, it's for this line. I didn't see the ghost rework. Did I miss it? Artificial, aquatic, ice, baby, light, ground, psy, normal. So no, there's no ghost rework. Okay, okay. Good patch. Good patch. Lot of good things. I don't know about the normal buffs. I don't like normal, but you definitely didn't see the combo that much. So we have to see if normal becomes meta. I will be disappointed in the game. It can be really worse than what we had with dragons and fairy, right? Can't be really that bad. Maybe actually, at least if normal gets buffed, monsters have a spot to shine. We'll see with the artificial items. Maybe I'll play the artificial. I play grass. These two comes. And fire wasn't changed, and fire was already strong, so I expect fire to be really good, but fire is always contested. So yeah, these three comes, historically I've been playing them, I do not see any reason to change. And we'll have to see with dark too. Because new ghosts means that the dark ghost variant may be more interesting. And sound, actually I have a lot of compositions that I like to play that will probably be quite interesting. A lot of things to test. So I do not have time this afternoon, but tonight? Tonight maybe. Okay, this was Jean-Michel True. Hope you enjoyed the content. Hope I have explained the things the best way I could. It's been a super long recording, but the patch was pretty big. So, best of luck on the fields, and hope that will have helped you perform. And see you in ranked or even in the ladder. Bye, people!